Alright, so last we left off, we were ready to check out the book. A strange note. The contractor agrees to infiltrate Heart of Sand by Samantha Murray and extract an item, the weather controller. The client agrees to pay the negotiated sum upon fulfillment of the contract. An excerpt from a book review. And so I was expecting a significant emphasis on classism, on the difference between the lives of people in the Upper District and the train-dwelling nomads. However, in writing the Upper District as a sort of retirement home rather than an upper-class sector, the author avoids these themes, which I found immensely disappointing. Alright, so it's a little thing. Cool. Time to dive in. This sounds like Snowpiercer, but with desert. You decided to keep working? Seems they don't have a choice. After everything that happened? How did they manage to convince you? Or has another month passed since I last saw you? They spent a whole month convincing you? Not quite that long. You literally had to erase your own character. I'll write a new one. Ah, yes, I forgot about your feelings towards characters. I don't have any feelings towards characters. Just because Amanda left you doesn't mean that all characters are now bad. She has nothing to do with it. I really thought about giving it all up. But the client is right. I need to finish my last job. Even if what we're doing makes me feel sick. If they get rid of my shackles, I can write my own book, putting this all behind me. Just help me finish this. One last time. What are we looking for? A weather controller. A device that can control the weather? Seems so. It would certainly come in handy here. The air feels like it's at least 100 degrees, if not 120. Okay, let's get to it. Small light is blinking on the radio panel next to a worn-out accept call button. Examine the radio first. Old equipment, covered in sand. See a steel plate with number 42 on it next to the speaker. It's going to give us the answer to life, the universe, and everything. You hear static over the radio. Lindef Jr. speaking. I'm taking over for the senior meteorologist. Too soon, unfortunately. The voice belongs to a very young man, but sounds confident, as though he's been giving commands over the radio his whole life. Is anybody between lines 10 and 40? Ask Roderick first. Is that us? Who knows? Lines 10 and 40. Is that us? Ask the radio. I think we're in range, maybe? You're breaking up. What's your number? 42. Got it. Pete Jenkins, correct? I think Pete's, I don't think Pete will be making radio contact anytime soon. Is his body nearby? There's a skeleton in the chair. Thanks. I've noted that for the log. Must have been the dry storm last week that got him. What kind of storm did you say? Congratulations, you're the new operator of 42. So I'm obliged to inform you that there's a death storm forecast between lines 10 and 40, so you should head towards town. You can take shelter there. A death storm? You may not be able to see it from your position yet, but it's showing up on my instruments already. What'll happen if we get caught in it? Are you not from around here? Are there no storms in your zone? You could say that. I'm not from around here. If you get caught in a death storm, you die. What other kinds of storms are there? Death storms are quite rare in your area. You're more likely to see a fear storm or madness storm there. Great. But there are joy storms too, although they most often happen in town. Alright, I'll try and get the train moving. Good luck! Tag on the coat says Pete Jenkins. Yes, did you want something? How are you? Fine. Do you have any ideas for your new book yet? since this is your last job. Yeah, I have a few ideas. But I'd really like to just sit down and start writing. I'm not a big fan of getting lost in thought. What are you thinking? To tell you the truth, our conversation inspired me. I didn't know characters could be as well written as you. If not for your current form, I would never have thought that you were a character someone wrote and not a person. Well, thank you, I imagine. But don't worry. First thing I'm going to do is find your book so you can go home. I haven't forgotten, I promise. I appreciate that. I still think my current theory is that he's John Watson from the Sherlock Holmes books. Train car door. That's how you run. It's been a week. That's outside. Let's take a look outside first. Oh, I'm a short train. Where are you going? Let's figure out what's wrong with the train first. I wanted to mess with this thing. And it was a good call. Oh no. What do you see? There's an oil bug inside. It ate everything. Knock at the tank. Something skitters around inside the tank. Ew. Can we skip the bugs? Is there no way we can get to town without the train? What? Are you afraid of bugs? Knock harder on the tank. Suddenly an oil-eating bug jumps out of the tank. I'm gonna grab the bug. Bug's 3 sets of legs scrabble in at your hands. It's clearly displeased. Ew! Drop it! I might need it. You put the bug in the most secure pocket of your jacket. You doubt you'll actually need it, but you're enjoying Roderick's reaction. The tank is empty of both oil and bugs. Alright, so I'm going to need to find a canister. That would be interesting if he is Watson. Yeah, so here's the reason I have those theories. They mentioned he came from an old book from the before times, back when books were just written by people and there wasn't all this jumping into them. He mentioned that he is a doctor. He works as a sidekick. He seems interested in mystery stuff. So that's my current guess, that he's Watson. I could be completely wrong. We'll find out. But that's what I'm currently working with. Hey, a work table. Ooh. I think these are the operator's possessions. I can almost make pliers. But the most important thing is I got the oil can. The tank is small and the canister fills it almost to the brim. It's definitely enough to get you to town. The train's control panel, covered in levers and buttons. Let's examine the old photo. It's a photo of a woman with her blonde hair and a ponytail. Could be the former operator's daughter, or maybe his wife. Start the train. I think it's running! Great! The Death Storm is approaching! Hurry! Anyone out past 10 miles? Train 42, what's the problem? You're barely moving! He's right, we got the train started, but it's barely moving. We'll figure it out. Train's moving. Check the gauges. You see a bunch of gauges, most of which aren't moving. Check the fuel gauge. Fuel tank is full, but injection pressure is extremely low. We need to do something about that or the train will just stop. The cooling system. Cooling system is operational. The oil tank is full now. Good work. I'm not going to push the handbrake until I have to. You're looking at the fuel panel. All indicators seem normal, except one. Cylinder 3 pressure? Open the top of the panel. There's a greasy note on the other side. Read the note. Whoever gets this train next, I hope it's not you, Pete, you moron. Heh. The pressure in cylinder 3 has some stability issues. Sorry about that. Actually, no, I'm not going to apologize. By the time you're reading this, I won't care anymore. Deal with it yourself. Just kidding. Try hitting the panel. That usually works for me. Good luck with the train. Well, you should definitely be able to do that. When I hit it with measured force. Something inside clangs. Something cracks. The train starts slowly picking up speed. Well, that wasn't so hard. Pick up the radio. Great work, 42. I can see you're picking up speed. The weather has been all sorts of crazy lately, even here in town. Yesterday, a sorrow storm almost slammed us. We haven't had one of those in 100 years. Do the storms usually miss the town? Of course! Only the joy storms make it here. The rest usually passes by. Like someone's controlling them, right? You can almost feel Roderick winking at you. What could affect the weather like that? I don't know. This all started after our senior meteorologist died. Come on, ask him about the weather controller already. It's obviously in town. Hey, have you ever heard of a weather controller? A what? It's a device that controls the weather. Is this a joke? I don't think he knows anything. Yeah, I guess the senior meteorologist had the controller, and everything started getting messy after he died. We should ask around about him in town. If only we had something like that. We'd certainly be well off. Alright, I see you're pulling in now. Good luck in town. Till next time, jokester. The guard is trying unsuccessfully to open the door of the train. He notices you. Hi there! He glances briefly at your face, but apparently decides not to ask about it. This guy is causing a little traffic jam at the gate. Poor man got caught in a fear storm on his way here. I'm not getting anywhere with him, but I have to make sure everyone is in town before the storm comes. I'll try and talk to him. Go ahead and try, but be gentle. It's not the poor guy's fault what happened. We'll see. Hey, friend, you there? Yes. Calm down now. I'm from Train 42. Jenkins? Is that you? I'm his friend. He didn't have any friends. Brother or father? I don't want to do son, because there's indication he might have had a daughter. I'm gonna go with brother. Stop lying! You killed him! I know the truth! What have you done with Jenkins? I don't think there's a peaceful way out of this situation. You lean your whole body into the door. Hear the mechanisms inside start grinding against each other. Just a little more. Come on, push! Clunk. I think the lock's open. Door easily slides to the side. Thin man is sitting in the corner of the locomotive, arms covering his head. I'll let the guard deal with him. Step away from the door and motion to the guard. Hey, Max. How you doing? Come with me. Easy now. For a few minutes, he leads the man out of the locomotive and they disappear behind the town gate. Good thing that guy didn't see your face. The guard comes back. He looks pleased. Hey, thanks for the help. I took Max to the infirmary. They'll look after him. Will he be okay? Probably not. People can't usually go back to normal life after a fear storm. They won't transfer this train yet, but stay in town if you can. You may be able to pick up some of his stuff when they sell it off. Well then, I'll move this train along and then yours after. In the meantime, go up to customs and get your paperwork straight. Okay. Anything else out here? Doesn't look like it. Different maps of the area. The inspector is sitting in the cold, dark office. He looks up at you and in a bored voice says, Train number 42. Inspector digs through some papers. Are you Ronald Miles? No. Did you find the body of Ronald Miles? No, I found the body of Pete Jenkins. So after Miles, it was transferred to Jenkins. And now, the inspector looks up at you. My name is Etienne. Just Etienne? I'll write that down. Wearing a shabby coat, a strange rusty cage hanging around his neck. It's not shabby. His face looks at you, then looks down again, is apparently disfigured. Ho ho ho! You aren't too good looking yourself. The inspector doesn't react. Here's your ticket. Hands you an old yellow ticket which looks like it's been passed around for years. 1 standard town visit. 2 hours. Only 2 hours? You must sell all possessions belonging to the train's former operator before you leave town. Make that your top priority. I thought they were mine now. The inspector looks at you silently, trying to understand whether you're joking or you really don't know how things work around here. The train is yours, the possessions are the people's. And what happens if I can't sell them all in 2 hours? The items will go to the people. Okay, thanks. Go on through. He opens the turnstile. Why is it not letting me... There we go. A young woman is talking to one of the travelers who passes her a strange half-empty bag. Extend my time by 1 hour, please. He hands over the bag and quickly turns away. Hold on! The man freezes, tilting his head. Just who do you take me for? There's not even enough sand here for 15 minutes. She shakes a small pile of red sand out into the palm of her hand. Are you up to your old tricks again? Do I need to call the guard? No, please. 15 minutes is fine. Let me just catch my breath. I'll be on my way. The man slowly retreats. He looks extremely tired. The woman turns to an empty hourglass in one of the niches on the wall. Damn beggars. She pours the sand from her hand into the hourglass. Then she picks up her radio and you hear a crackling sound coming from speakers echoing all over the town. Peters, train 124, 15-minute extension. She puts the radio back on her belt, then reaches out a hand to you without looking. Give her your ticket. Okay, yellow. She takes out a new hourglass and pours in enough red sand to reach the second mark on the side. Then she puts it in one of the empty niches on the wall. 2 hours, starting now. Good luck in town. Can I talk to her more? Cannot seem to. Inspector is standing by the train. His assistant is inside rummaging through possessions. Oh, you again. The man you encounter at the town gate recognizes you. Is everything okay? This is that guy's train. What was his name? Max, I think. Max! Is he doing better? Oh, we could sell this, you hear from inside the train. I'd say there's enough to live on here. We'll split it up, I think. Max is resting right now and we're keeping an eye on his stuff. Look over his shoulder into the train car. Don't look in there. You know what? He hesitates for a moment, then reaches into his pocket and takes out a bag of sand. Take this. You're a good guy. You helped Max. Let us take care of things here. Is this a bribe? So I helped Max and you rob his train? Max won't be going anywhere anytime soon, and this stuff could be useful for the town. And for us. 2 bags of sand. Inspector's face changes. Don't get greedy. Do you want us to look into why you're riding Jenkins's train? Don't get involved in this, okay? We only have 2 hours. Fine. Take the bag. Now get out of here. Don't interfere. Inspector turns around and loses interest in you. Well, that was shady. I can't seem to talk to her and extend my time. The greenery on this train's roof is quite striking. By local standards, you're looking at a very well-kept train. Examine the train in silence. They mention she's a quiet woman. It looks like the train has been washed recently. The metal and glass are gleaming, and a thin layer of newly settled dust just looks like an elegant decoration. Green stems sway on the roof. You see Calancho, Hawthornia, and tons of other plants that you don't recognize. I'm sorry, did you need something? I wanted to ask, you know how I can get to the upper district? I heard the meteorologist lives there. You can only get in once you retire, and I think you still have a while before that happens. I do too. How do I get in there now? Today. Woman shrugs silently and looks towards the way out of town. Running your eyes over the locomotive, you notice an old trailer with dried up branches sticking out of the leaky roof. Let's take a closer look. The longer you look at the trailer, the more you shiver. Chills running up and down your spine like something icy touched the spot between your shoulder blades. Ask about the trailer. Aren't you afraid your old trailer might fall right off? Woman continues to look towards the way out. Yes, the trailer is quite old. It falls off, falls off. The corners of the woman's mouth turn up and she shakes her head. Ask what's in the trailer. What's inside? Things. Old things. Ancient things. Toys? Why are you carrying them around? I thought it was better to travel light in the desert? I don't know. I'd rather keep them with me. The woman frowns but doesn't tell you to leave. Yet. Ask her what she does. What do you do? It's as though the woman doesn't hear your question. She just stares silently watching. Just when you think she's not going to answer, she starts to speak. I'm making it through life, day by day. I meant the plants. Oh, the plants. I used to enjoy nurturing life. The woman looks at the old trailer and stiffens for a split second. You see all the muscles in her face tense, but in an instant, the illusion passes. Let's ask about the meteorologist. You know anything about the meteorologist? He tells us when storms are coming. Is that it? You know anything else? The woman turns her head to look you straight in the eye. You can't read her expression. I won't keep you any longer. Thanks. Turn to leave, but suddenly feels something crawling across your neck. Wow, an oil eater! It seems the oil bug in your pocket is finally trying to escape. I'm gonna I'll flick it off. Put your hand over your neck. Stop! Huh? Leave it with me. Okay. She walks over and opens the door of her train, picks something up, then returns to you. Here. She's holding 2 old dusty bags of sand in her open hand. 2 bags for this gross little bug? Is she insane? You won't hear me complaining. Give her the bug. Carefully remove the bug from your neck and pass it to the woman. She gives you the 2 bags of sand. Thanks. The woman nods gently to you, then turns her attention to the bug. Okay. That's interesting. Can I look at these bags of sand? Can't talk to you, apparently. Can't talk to you, apparently. The door to the junkyard. This is a big map, so it's going to take me a minute to run through and look at everybody. Flashy train. It's a whole mansion on wheels. Seems like someone's done well. In a world where you can die at any second. Are you going to knock or just stand there? Let's look around first. The curtains on the windows are drawn tightly shut, but you can see the silhouette of a man watching you from inside. Knock on the door. Silence. I can clearly see him watching us from the window. Why won't he open the door? Probably only talks to people he knows. Well, we should come back later. Woman silently waves you away, alright? Open suitcases are strewn around the train car. The man is watching something in a metal basin full of dark red water. Washing something. He's washing so intently that you can hear the fabric ripping. He has an impressively large fang from some unknown animal hanging around his neck. He stops washing and shoots you a mean look. Cage around your neck. Is that some kind of new trend? You hear clear dislike in the man's voice. Let's just keep going. We don't need any more problems. Is he washing out blood? Who cares? We're just passing by. Keep going, keep going. Maybe I should tell... Hey! Suddenly you feel a powerful yank down near your neck. Look down to see the man's wet hand grabbing Roderick's cage. I had a trendy friend once, always bragging about this sand bear fang. Damn it! You grab the cage too and pull it towards you. But I taught him some manners. 1 punch, 2. He looks at you with bloodshot eyes and keeps trying to pull the cage towards himself. The cage's hinges start making an unpleasant crunching sound. Or is that your neck? gonna try and knock him off his feet. The man easily dodges your attack and pushes you away from him. It appears a real fight is about to start. Just to remind me what I did last time. Oh yeah, my shield heals me now. Let's stun him. Let's see if that's all he does. Looks like that is all he does. I'm gonna stun him again. Means I can heal now. Being able to heal myself using shield is a game changer. It's great. The man flies into the basin, which turns over with a crash, splashing its contents onto the ground. What a sick bastard. Are you okay, Etienne? Next time you're going in my pocket, or even better, walking on your own 2 feet. Breathing hard, you carefully touch your neck. The string left an impressive welt on the back. I know it's none of our business, but we can't just let that psycho roam free. Let's call the guards. It's a bad idea. More attention to the guards is the last thing we need right now, don't you think? Let's look for rope. Look at the suitcase on the ground and notice a photograph. 2 smiling men are standing in front of a locomotive. One of them, your attacker, has his arm around the other, who looks pale and tired. His shoulder is bandaged and he has a fang pendant around his neck. You toss the photograph aside. Oh! Here's some rope! Tie the brawler up.
What? What are you doing? What's going on?
He suddenly comes to and tries to stand up. The anger is gone from his voice, and now he sounds scared. Nothing's going on. Everything already happened. The man spots a photo on the ground, and his eyes move to the bloody clothes nearby. Suddenly, his face changes.
Henry?
Oh no. Did I do this? He falls to his knees. And for what? He looks at the 2 bags of sand on the ground, which fell out of his pocket during the fight.
Get these away from me. I can't look at them.
Pick up the bags of sand. The man falls to the ground and starts crying. Let's go. We should leave him be. The sound that reaches your ears seems impossible in this desert world. Rustling pages. Hundreds of pages. The table next to the woman's train is full of books with well-worn covers. Each one looks like it was taken out of an antique bookshelf. Hello! The young woman waves at you. Hi! Are you new to these parts? I've never seen you before. Her attentive but slightly unfocused gaze slides over you. Your paper face doesn't seem to bother her. Yeah, I'm new. Do you know everyone here? No, of course not. It's just that generally the same people bring their trains at the same station every time. Were you looking to choose a book? Look at the blue book. Oh, what an unusual choice. Why's that? People who choose this book usually want to hide from the real world and immerse themselves in fantasy, but I don't think you're one of those people. You carefully open the book. The binding is loose, and the pages, which are all different sizes and printed in different fonts, seem to be stuffed in at random. It only takes a moment for you to realize that you don't even know the language it's written in anyways. Well, what do you think? Keep looking through the book. Why are the pages and fonts all different? I knew you're new here. The pages are different because I sewed the book together myself from various pieces. But it's hard to read like that, and from what I can tell, it's not really a coherent story. A lot of people like it. Besides, it's not easy to find an intact book in the wasteland, you know. I thought she was a writer, but she's more like a seamstress. The bookseller has a sincere look of curiosity and politeness on her face as she watches you mumble. Can you give me the short version of what this book is about? It's a story of a man who pretends that he's changed and become the best version of himself just so he can keep people around him, even though he's actually... I don't like that kind of thing. I'd rather look at another book. Be my guest, she gestures at the table. Pick up the red book. What's this book about? That's a curious one. It's about the history of the storms. You flip through the book. The letters swim before your eyes, not wanting to form coherent words. Different fonts and out-of-order page numbers don't help you understand it either. Very interesting. Have you read it? Of course! I put the pages together myself. I have a few questions about the book. Take a good look at the bookseller. He seems quite friendly. Your questions are just begging to come out. Ask about the storms. The storms, where do they come from? Oh, now that's a long story. Well, several stories, actually. They'll tell you all kinds of stories about the storms in town, but the truth is they're fallout from an ancient war. Well, that's not exactly the truth. It's just my theory. I see. I bet the meteorologist helped you with this book, right? Yeah, right. He's never even set eyes on it. Everyone in town knows that our meteorologist wouldn't even read an article, not to mention a whole book. Why's that? He's young, inexperienced, and to be honest, not all that talented. I thought he was well respected. Oh, do you mean the old meteorologist? He was better. Even I shed a few tears when he died. Did he get caught in a storm? No, he died peacefully in his sleep. If only everyone could have such an end. And don't believe what they say in town about him being killed. It's all nonsense. Ask about the weather controller. I've heard someone might be controlling the storms. Is that true? Nonsense! Controlling them with what? Some kind of device? But where would they get it? You think the old meteorologist would know something about this? Well, if anyone did, it would be him. The old meteorologist was on good terms with all sorts of mechanical things. I see. I'm gonna leave for now, just because I want to see if I can look at Jenkins' journal. I didn't realize I had that. Unknown language with awful handwriting. Okay, so I do need to. I have something that might interest you. The bookseller tries to look uninterested, but you see her fingers trembling as you hand her Jenkins' journal. Notes? Interesting. Ah, very interesting. Are these someone's memoirs? Wow, this is an absolute treasure trove. Have you read it? I thought it was just the old train driver's journal. Let me read some of it to you. Don't bother, I just want to sell it. I'll buy it. How much do you want for it? Look appraisingly at the bookseller. She's definitely hooked. Time for you to collect some sand for your work. Let's start at 10 and work our way down. 10. Are you crazy? Who in their right mind would pay 10 bags of sand for a journal? Sure, maybe it was full, but half the pages haven't even been used. How about you come to your senses and we trade like normal people? Let's try 5. 5. Oof. I'd be glad to give you 5 bags of sand, but then I have to leave town right now. I still have so many books to sell. Would you lower your price? 2 bags. Well, wasn't planning on spending so much, of course, but that's a fair price. The bookseller disappears into her train, then returns with 2 bags of sand. They have yellow letters in a language you don't know embroidered on them. This is for good luck. Yeah, thanks. Should have found out what was in that journal. Might have helped us understand this world better. I thought you could help me with that? Haven't heard much useful advice from you recently, by the way. Harsh. Also, I absolutely want to know what was in that journal. Not buying anything. Leave. Hey, are you a digger? A what? A digger! My hearing is fine. I'm asking you what that means. The man looks at you without blinking for 10 seconds or so. You're attracting suspicion again with your unnecessary questions. I'm not a local. I'm not from here. You gesture at the town. The man continues to look at you without blinking. This is the only town on our continent, possibly on the whole damn planet. Where the hell are you from then, if not from here? I left for a long time, and now I'm back, but I don't remember anything. A digger is someone who digs up buildings in the desert. Do you know what the desert is? Or is there no desert where you come from either? Right, a digger. They just called them something different back in the day. Yeah, I'm a digger. I was one of the best way back when. I find that so hard to believe. Need work tomorrow? I want to dig up a building on Malta Street, but I can't do it myself. Of course, what's your plan? I started digging from the top, got from the 20th to the 7th floor, but the lower floors are hard work. Sand's packed tight, and it's a pickaxe job. I want to round up a few more people, then we'll move out at sunrise. Is there anything special there? In that building? Man peers closely at you. It seems he's not sure you can be trusted. There was a gun store on the first floor of the building. The work is all that should concern you. I'll pay you, and what's in the building is none of your business. You in or no? I'll think about it. Think. Then he throws a cigarette on the ground and turns away from you. Is he going to start a riot in town when he gets his hand on weapons? No, he gets caught in a firestorm out on the road tomorrow. I should get going. Finally! The man's sleeve bears the letter CS next to an hourglass symbol. And you are... You keep looking at the letter CS, trying to think of what it might stand for. Custom service. From the custom service. I just finished going over your stuff from in here. You need to sell everything that belonged to Jenkins before your time in town is up. Anything you don't sell will be confiscated when you leave. Yeah, they warned me already. And that? He points at Roderick's cage. That's mine. Can I see the tag? He leans closer. Why would I put a tag on my own things? An item with no tag belongs to no one. If it belongs to no one, then it's not yours either. Sell it. He writes something in his notebook. What the hell? I'm not selling my friend. He reaches for a radio on his belt, then looks at you questioningly. Cool it. Let's try and solve this peacefully. I don't like either of these options. Alright, let's just try to... I'll say I'll sell, and let's hope I can get out of here before it causes any trouble. Fine, no problem, I'll sell. He nods and takes his hand off the radio. The customs officer tosses a folded-up trading tent at your feet. Have you done this before? No. Unfolding the tent signals that you're selling goods. People will come and buy from you, and you make what profit you can. Hand in half the sand at the entrance. He points at the woman checking tickets. Do what you want with the rest. Good luck. Opening in train, huh? Can I talk to this person? This is the one who didn't want to talk to me. You're looking at a completely unremarkable train, but suddenly a loose piece of sheet metal at the back of the car catches your eye. Instinctively, you look around and then get closer. So first you're a fraud, now you're a thief too? Haven't stolen anything yet. What do we have here? You feel around the side of the train. Standing right by the gap between the train and the loose sheet of metal, darkness inside is calling to you. Look inside. A flashlight would come in handy, or a lighter, or at least some matches. You don't have any of those things, and besides, shining a light around would probably attract attention of the train's operator. Put your hand inside. Just enough space for you to fit your arm in up to the elbow. Fingers slide over the well-oiled innards of the train. Something brushes against your thumb. Touch the oddity. Like a blind man, you feel around the small space inside the train until you feel the contact again. And again. And again. You finally manage to grab something elongated and hard. It feels like part of a pipe. Pull it towards you. It's an impulse. You pull the metal object towards you. A gift from the belly of the train. A secret covered in engine oil. After a while, it gets harder to pull. But you're not stopping now. You give one last tug. When it comes loose, you can't believe what you see. There's a bag in your hands. A thief, just like I said. Put it back. You release your grip, and the bag of sand disappears into the darkness, along with some of your hope for getting into the upper district quickly. Scowling, unshaven face appears on the train steps. You seem to have scared him, but he's trying to hide that fact. What are you doing around here? What are you doing around in there for? Hold on. What are you digging around in there for? Who are you? Your siding is coming off. You point at the gap in the metal. I already know that, wise guy. I'll fix it as soon as I have time. Wait for the train's operator to go back inside, but he stays on the top step, leaning against the doorway. Make yourself scarce before the silence can get awkward. I stand by that. An old man is waving at you so furiously it seems like his hand might fall off at any second. Walk over to him. Ah, no! Get out of here! What do you mean? You were calling me over. So, go on, get! Up close I can see you only have 30 minutes worth of sand. The old man waves his fist angrily. Doesn't look particularly dangerous, but he probably knows a few dirty tricks. Start rolling up your sleeves. Hey, how about we do this some other time? Fine. Alright. Alright, hopefully I can get some scrap stuff so I can make things. Oh, there's a person there. Not seeing any other scrap. You see a tall woman digging around in a pile of scrap metal. She picks up something that looks like an old computer case, then rakes out the microchips and wires as if they were parasites on a ripe piece of fruit. She tosses the cleaned out computer into a pile to your left. Did you want something? Then she picks up a new one, not paying any particular attention to you. You got a lot of computers there. Yep. She's concentrating hard on her work. Where'd they come from? She gives you a quick glance. Jenkins brought them in a week ago. He dug up a whole warehouse full of electronics. Oh. Was Jenkins a nice guy? Was? Oops. Oh. Did I say was? I mean to say I heard he's a nice guy. No idea where you might have heard that. But definitely not in town. He's a real jerk. Hope he dies. Do you need any help? She looks at the pile of scrap metal she still has to go through. For money. Actually, for sand. The woman smiles. I'm getting paid pretty well for this. I don't want to share my earnings with anyone else. Who's paying you? Do they have more work? But maybe something a little less dusty. I'm not sure. She looks you over from head to toe. Stay how you are. I don't think he'll have any use for you. You can go ask Mr. Nariano yourself. He lives in the middle of the square. Nariano. Got it, thanks. She responds with a sour smile. What's that pipe on the wall? Where does it go? It's secret. Gives you a quick glance and continues ripping apart the computer. I'm great at keeping secrets. So am I. She looks you in the eyes for a moment longer than is comfortable. That's what we're looking for. We can crawl through and go straight to the upper district. There's a passage there. Now we just have to figure out what to do about this sewer guardian. Yeah, I'll ask around in town. How do I get into the upper district? I'm trying to find a way into the upper district. You know anything that might help? I don't know anything. Smiles slightly. Alright, let's take a look here. Alright, it's not letting me go up there. Do I have enough yet? Well, let's talk to the... Do I check my train first? Let's check my train first. Oh, list of names. There's a long list of names scratched into the wall, and each one is in different handwriting. A sharp nail hangs on a chain nearby. Looks like this is a list of the train's previous operators. There's dozens here. Is this some kind of cursed train? We're probably just in a dangerous place. The list. The last one is a Ronald Miles? What about our dearly departed Pete Jenkins? Probably didn't even have time to add his name. Add the dead train operator's name. Poor guy deserves this, at least. Well, probably. We didn't know him, after all. The nail from the chain and scratched Pete Jenkins' name into the wall. Not bad. What about yours? You're the operator now. Do you want people to forget about you, too? I'd rather not. Signing my name in someone else's book doesn't sound like the best idea. If you say so. I realized it after I said to the customs agent my real name that it might be a problem. I still need tools. was hopeful I had enough to make something. Although pliers wouldn't be particularly useful yet. Is this where he lives? Mr. What was his name? Nariano. Hey, Mr. Nariano! Come out! Door slowly opens. Middle-aged man appears on the doorstep. Looks a little too clean for his these surroundings. Is holding a glass of something orange. He squints at you from the doorway, apparently not trusting you enough to talk face to face. Good day, he assesses you silently. His gaze quickly runs over your clothes, pausing at the cage around your neck. He doesn't pay any attention to your face at all. The stranger leans against the door, finished with his assessment of you. Judging by the expression on his face, you got roughly a 4 out of 10. I'm trying to find a way into the upper district. Aren't we all? He gestures at the square around you. I don't plan on living there. Just have to take care of one thing. That's it. One thing. What could there possibly be for you to do there? He sips from the glass. You know, I'm inclined to tell the truth. I need to get something. Waits for you to continue. Something important to me. How important? He gestures for you to continue. Ooh, a man of business. I'd say about... You look in your pockets. 1 bag of sand important? His face twists. 5 bags? He gestures again for you to continue. 7 bags? The man starts nodding, but his hand doesn't stop moving. 10 bags. Now you're speaking my language. I love when a person wants something that badly. In a flash, the man transforms from a reserved aristocrat into a jolly businessman. Not a bad start to the day. Helping those in need, you might say. He steps forward and shakes your hand. I have things I can sell you. I have possessions I need to sell off. How about I give them to you and you lower your price? I'm a man of business, you see. Dealing in junk doesn't fit my status anymore. But I'm sure you'll find buyers among all the visitors in town today. Could you tell me where I can get that much sand? In our little town, people trade sand for either goods or services or both. You just need to find what works for you. Okay, I'll be back when I find 10 bags of sand. Good luck now. I'll be waiting for you. He bounds cheerfully up the stairs and, sipping from his glass, disappears behind the door. That guy was cool. Let's take a look at... I'm at 7 bags of sand? Oh, that's not good. I don't think I talked to this laundry lady, did I? Woman doing laundry. A middle-aged woman is resting on the stoop of her train. A basin of laundry, children's clothes, sits at her feet. Stares at your train for a moment. She sighs and leans against the train door, which buckles slightly under her weight. So you're from train 42, huh? She grabs a cigarette and takes a drag. Did you know the previous operator? Jenkins? Yeah. He was my husband. She gets up heavily and starts doing the laundry as if nothing had happened. I'm sorry. Are your hands clean? Take off your dusty gloves. Pass me the clothes. She nods at the basin and the diapers inside. Her nod sends ash flying from her cigarette onto a pair of men's pants hanging on the line. Hand her a sheet from the basin. She shakes out the sheet and throws it over the line. What's your business in town? Got stuff to sell? She blows her cigarette smoke upwards to keep it off the sheet. Yeah. Her husband's possessions. Things. Just random things. Nothing interesting. The woman ashes her cigarette and you see her glance quickly at you as she takes the sheet. So, Jenkins' possessions. Do you need me to pass her a bunch of socks? Pile a few socks in the basin together and give them to the woman. The woman doesn't turn around to take them from you. She stands with her back to you, not speaking. I'm going to say nothing. Woman's shoulders tremble, but it's barely noticeable. Sorry. Alright, didn't get anything from that. The merchant's stare bores greedily into you. Well, will you buy a melon? You look over the merchant. You look the merchant over. Rumpled clothes, worn out shoes, a small bag on the ground. Why is there a bag of sand at his feet? I'm gonna say nothing. Are you buying or no? Don't hang around here. You're scaring away my customers. There's not exactly a line for the melon seller. In fact, there's no one around at all. The bag of sand is still lying on the ground. I don't feel right just stealing it. Warn the melon seller. You dropped something. What's that? Not at the man's feet. He looks down mistrustfully, then pauses. I'll slap my train and call me a sand melon. How could I drop that bag? How did I miss that? Thanks, man. Almost lost it. You nod in response and walk away. You spend the next few minutes unable to shake the thought that you could have used that sand. I mean, I could have, but... I may be getting close to the start selling stuff stage, which I don't want to do, because I don't want to sell my buddy. Two guards are sitting at the gate, playing with a strange game with stones. The guard on the left pretends not to notice you. The guard on the right isn't good at feigning indifference. You see him casting quick glances at you. What do you want? What are you guarding? Men look at you, not speaking. Did you get blown here by an idiot storm, pal? The guard on the right grunts. Don't bother us. Let me through. I need to go to the upper district. Are you over age 60? Yes. Men look at you, not speaking. Are you visiting your wife and newborn? No. And looks at you silently, glowering. Is there no other way in? He needs to glower at you. Clearly wants you to leave. Your turn. The other guard draws his attention away from you as he hands him 3 round stones. I'll just be on my way. Ooh! Tools! Okay, I think... Alright, this opens up a few options. I meant to go to my train. It was one off. Okay. I can make all 3 of these. I feel like crowbar came up most often. Two bags of red sand? I'm at 9. Oh, if I can find one more thing to break open with a crowbar, or one more set of tools, I'll be able to do what I gotta do. I think this needed a lockpick. Let me check, though. Yeah. The woman has cleaned out at least 10 more computers since you were last here. Parts are lying next to her in neat piles. Have you talked to Mr. Nariano? Mm-hmm. You must have something to do. She returns to her work. Let me just... I find it weird I didn't find more random stuff here. Small but very strong chain is holding the crates shut. Ugh. Don't think I have enough to make anything else. I need tools. Surprised there's so little random scrap. Oh! Tools! Okay, okay. Lockpick or pliers? I'm thinking there's a safe in the ground. I think I'd rather do that. Let's get the lockpick. If I can find one more thing of tools, I'll be able to do everything, but... what would really suck is if it turned out that I cracked this open and there's no sand in it. While your current experience picking locks, the safe door swings open in a few seconds. That is less than helpful. Wait. I thought maybe I could sell her that new book. Apparently not. Alright, well at least I got one more thing out of that. If I can just find one more set of tools, I'm good to go. I'm gonna keep doing some poke around. See if maybe I get lucky. What was this guy's deal? The old man's face turns sour when he sees you. We got off to a bad start last time, but do you think you could answer... Sand! You have any sand? Yeah, a whole mountain of sand. Close the deal today. I have 2 or 3 months worth of sand now. The old man's eyes flash like a locomotive headlight. He reaches out a hand to you. You hear his swollen finger joints cracking. And what are your plans? You thought about getting a new train? He thumps his train, which appears to be for sale, judging by the sign. You're the one who came in on Martinez's junker, right? The old man drops his head and mutters something to himself. Listen in. So he didn't make it after all. Gave up his post too soon. Jenkins. Huh? I came in on Jenkins's junker, not Martinez's. Makes no difference to me. You're gonna buy my train or not. How about you tell me how I can get into the upper district? Old man gives you a cold, steely look. Can't be older than what, 20-something? Wearing that crazy mask? I'm 35. Well then, you're still young. Drive trains, run from storms, give it about 30 years maybe, and then you can retire in the upper district. So, how about that sand, Ready to trade in your junker for my nice lineup here? You won't find anything better. Old man looks proudly at his train, but it's hardly any different from the one you inherited from Jenkins. How much do you want for it? 40 bags of sand. That's enough for 3 months, which is exactly how much longer I have to wait before I can retire. I think your price is a little high. Before the words even finish crossing your lips, some kind of wild entity seems to take over the grumpy but overall good-natured old man. Then get out of here! I have plenty of interest. A locomotive plus a little car attached. Scram! Alright. Alright, I think I'm going to have to start doing some selling. I'm one short otherwise. Not seeing anything I'm missing. Alright, well, I'm not selling my buddy. That's the one thing I won't do. The trading tent is ready. Time to sell off Jenkins's junk? Yep. You brush sand off the tent and notice passersby starting to look over more frequently. What do we have to sell? Everything I left in the bag. Some weird gas cylinders, you dig through Jenkins's bag. Empty. Let's put them on the counter anyway. You keep rooting around in the bag. Some rags and a cup. That'll even get 1 bag of sand for this stuff. Oh, something else. Some kind of map. Hey, I bet we can do something with that. There's a customer approaching. Listen carefully and remember this. The man is quite clean-cut, probably from the upper district. Are you listening? Say this map leads to something important. To treasure, or whatever. What are you selling? The old man looks at the canisters, interested. Say anything, just push the map. I have something special. Some might even call it a real treasure. The old man doesn't react. He probably hears that same story every day. I hope you don't mean these helium cylinders. He points at the cylinders on your counter. They're empty, by the way. Show him part of the map. Huh? Continue. What more can I say? 10 bags of sand and the map is yours. I can't just pour out 10 bags of sand for a map that leads who knows where. It leads to treasure. Which treasure exactly? Tap on Roderick's cage. I'm thinking. A map to water, to a pile of sand, a pile of food, shelter? Well... It's a map to a water source. The old man takes a flask of water from his belt and silently takes a drink. What's that you say? He wipes his mouth on his sleeve. Oh, right. I think I read that they give out water for free in the upper district. That's my fault. It's mapped to a shelter. You know about the shelter, too. He ever so slightly looks around. Huh? There's a lot I know. You try to sound convincing. 10 bags, you say? I'll give you 5, but if the shelter isn't there, I'll come back and give... Or shelter is there, come back and give you 5 more. 5? Wax. Right to your head. With this. He shows you the small club on his belt. Great. We have some sand already. Hey, and I didn't have to sell my buddy. Here's your 10 bags. My dear friend! Wonderful! Wonderful! He jumps down from the entryway like an excited child. May I? He looks at the bags, ignoring you. Let's see what we have here. He doesn't wait for permission. Wonderful! Wonderful! He counts out 2, which he hands back to you. Give these to Janine, the woman who does salvage work at the scrap heap. Tell her Mr. Nariano sent you. He scoops up the remaining bags and starts to head back into his home. Hold on, so it only costs 2 bags to get into the upper district and you're just keeping the rest for yourself? Just because you know this Janine? It truly is a pleasure doing business with you, my dear friend. Come back anytime. He disappears behind the door. You know what? I didn't have to sell my friend. I'm okay with it. The woman has cleared out at least 10 more computers since you were last here. The parts are lying next to her in neat piles. She notices the 2 bags of red that you're holding. Red sand that you're holding. How's Mr. Nariano doing? She nods. He's 8 bags of sand better now. Hasn't lost his touch. She smiles prettily. Let's get to it. Hold on. Once we leave, we won't be coming back here. Are you sure you're ready? Let's go. Toss 2 bags of sand at the woman's feet. Let's get to it. I don't have much time. Train 42. Your time is up. Prepare to leave town. I repeat. Well, looks like you're too late. Is that a joke? I already paid you. Damn guards are about to come looking for me, and you're... She looks at you silently, smiling. I'm kidding. Let's go. She clears away a small heap of scrap metal from against a wall to pull a lever there. It's open! I'd hurry if I were you. Thanks. The woman smiles again. Seems that the whole situation strikes her as comical. Little advice for you. Trust a bag of bricks. Huh? What? Jump into the pipe. No going back now. Needless to say, it smells awful inside the pipe. It smells awful in here. This is just a drainage pit for the square. It's not the sewer system, so it could be worse. That doesn't make me feel better. The way forward is blocked by a pile of trash, boards, and rags that looks almost like a barricade. Climb over the pile. You poke around the supports with your foot. One of the trash bags seems to be full of rocks or bricks. Trust the bag of bricks. You put your weight on the bag, then throw your other leg over the barricade of boards. But your pant leg gets caught on a nail sticking out of a board. I got an achievement for trusting the bricks. Oh, come on! Free one of your hands and carefully unhook the nail. Shift your weight to your right hand and try to unhook your pant leg from the nail. I can't get it! Damn it! Come on, you're so close! Phew! Your pant leg is free. Jump the rest of the way over the barricade and land on your feet. You hear a voice over the radio somewhere up above. Final warning, Etienne, operator of train 42, your time is up. Leave town immediately or your train will be confiscated. You were right. There's definitely no going back. Your path is blocked by another pile of wreckage. This one has tons of broken glass scattered around it. I'd be more careful here. Painstakingly pick up the shards of glass. Pick up a nearby bucket and start tossing the shards of glass into it. Another shard goes in the bucket. And another one. And another. Can't you go any faster? It'll be nighttime soon. Your hand twitches and a small shard of glass embeds itself in your finger. Sorry, I thought you were done already. You straighten up. It looks like you are, in fact, done. Now you can try and jump over the obstacle. Let's do this. You get a running start. Begin to pick up speed. Push off the ground. You spring off the ground. Why'd you jump so soon? You fly through the air. Watch where you go. You fly right into the barricade. Not over the barricade. Into the barricade. Damn! You alive? You broke down the whole barricade with your body. I felt it. Are you in one piece? I'm not sure. Damn. I think my shoulder is... You stand up with some difficulty. Well, nothing a good shield won't fix. I think this is the last barricade. Well, it's not like it can get any dirtier. This is Lindaff Jr. speaking. A joy storm is approaching. It will hit us in 5 minutes. A joy storm? You could certainly use one of those. After this junkyard, even an ordinary storm would make me happy. The pile in front of you doesn't look particularly big. Examine the pile carefully. It's a bunch of junk. Feel like you can probably just step over it. He's right. Step over the pile. Carefully lift one leg over the pile and quickly find yourself on the other side. That was easy. Joy storm, 3 minutes. Ooh, come on, hurry and get outside. Leave the sewer. Okay, let's see what's in this upper district. The joy storm has arrived. I repeat, the joy storm. Dad, is that you? Hear the sound of sand pouring out. It's getting closer. Soon it envelops your whole consciousness. You're suddenly overtaken by such a strong emotion, you involuntarily lean forward. It's like you're drowning in a calm, relaxing sea. Peace and quiet. You turn your head to the left and see your sister standing behind you. You're happy. She's not in danger anymore. You turn to the right and see your brothers. They're sitting next to you. All 10 brothers and you. They're wearing strangely colored armor. Look down and see that you have the same armor on. You touch the armor. A piece flakes off, burning your hand. The image starts to fade. The vision passes, and in its place, you're filled with an unbelievably nostalgic sense of longing. Etienne? It's evening already? How long was I out? A pretty long time. Long enough that I started to worry about you. Damn it, we need to hurry. So, how was it? Strange. Like I was home. I'd do that again. Just wanted to see if that would open up a new thing for me. This poor guy is sitting on the ground, leaning against a wall. An idiotic grin is lighting up his face. Hey, you okay, friend? Marie, you're such a good girl, Marie. Looks like he's still caught in the joy storm. Wait. 2 minutes pass. 3, 5. Finally, the man opens his eyes. Oh, need something, man? Thanks for not interrupting me. I really got caught up in that one. Hold on, why did your vision last so long when mine ended 10 minutes ago? Is this your first joy storm, man? Yeah, kind of. Here's some advice. Try not to move or look around too much. Concentrate on one thing and you don't use up all your strength at once. That helps the visions last longer. Okay, got it. So what was it you wanted? I'm looking for the meteorologist's house. Looking for the sail, huh? Head straight south to the square and you should see the sail tent. But I wouldn't count on much there if I were you. Okay, thanks. Someone inside's making soup. Door's locked. Okay, nothing to see here. Meteorologist's wife's counter. See devices lined up on a dusty counter. Are you out of mind with prices like that, you old hag? An old man standing nearby calls out in the direction of the counter. A tired-looking woman is behind the counter, and you see the slightest flame of hope flare up in her eyes when she sees you. Another one. If you're just here to look with no money, then get lost. The counter is still surprisingly full, considering the meteorologist died a whole 3 days ago. Are you selling the meteorologist's possessions? Yes, all my husband's things are right here. Anything catch your eye? Examine the counter in silence. The counter is covered with devices of all different sizes and complexities. Which one controls the weather? I don't know. The text says it's a device covered in switches and dials. They're all covered in switches and dials. How about we look at the most worn out ones that look like they've been used How about we look at the most worn out ones that look like they've been used every day? There are 2 that fit that description, on the left and right. Ask her about the left one. How much for this device? 100 bags of sand. How much? My price is firm, she says this harshly. My husband didn't make all of these devices or whatever by hand just for them to be given out for free. I paid 10 bags of sand as a bribe just to get in here. For that I had to crawl through the sewer. A bribe? And you want 100 bags for some piece of junk? Just grab it and jump out of the book. We'll figure it out later. Where are you seeing junk here, you jerk? Get lost. I'm calling the guards. She grabs a radio attached to a pillar. Just grab the devices. Damn it, Etienne. Do it. You're the one who deserves to be arrested. 100 bags? You're insane. That's what I said. She's insane. You hear the old man shouting from behind you. You're still not sure why he's still here. Hands up. You turn around and see 2 guards with their clubs raised and ready. That's him. He tried to steal my husband's possessions. Arrest him. I was just looking. Don't worry, miss. We'll handle this. Both guards start slowly walking towards you. Grab the first device you see and try to use it. You grab a random device off the counter and start pushing every switch and button you see. The guard and the meteorologist's wife watch you in silence. I don't think that's going to help much. Just run! You hear the whooshing of a club somewhere behind you. Watch out! Etienne! Silence falls, and darkness. You open your eyes. It's cold. Damn it. Was I out for long? Damn guards. You rub the back of your head, which is throbbing. Did anything else happen while I was passed out? Silence. Roderick? Tilt your head, looking for the cage, but it's gone. Damn it! Notice a slight glow coming from between the loose wall plates. What's this? Examine the inscription on the plate. See a barely noticeable inscription on the plate. Trust a bag of bricks. Come on. I already know that. Notice that the wall plate isn't completely attached to the wall. Maybe I can move it. An old wooden crate. Its lid is nailed shut with rusty nails. Open with a crowbar. Yeah, sewer apples. Oh, they're giving me a lot of food. Should I be worried about that? Right behind the grating, you see a path leading out of the sewer. Shake the grating. It won't budge. Keep shaking it. Nothing happens. Shake the grating like a psycho. Fucking hell! Open up! Ah! You pull at the steel bars with all your might, but nothing happens. Well, this is just great. So close, but looks like this is the end. Remember that you have ink you can use that you've used on plenty of other occasions. Oh, right. I'm a writer. Hesitate for a second. Right? Use ink to weaken the grating. Ink envelops the bars of the grating. And they start to slowly rust. You easily knock them out of place and clear your path. Done. I'm coming, Roderick. Anything else I can check out in here? Doesn't look like it. Uh-oh. There we go. Sometimes you just get stuck on the... just stuck on the scenery. Hey, I know exactly where I am. Taking the long way. Don't want him to see me. You hide around the corner and peek out at the tent. Yes, Mr. Nariano, I'm sure. He was looking for that exact thing. He called it a weather controller. Mr. Nariano is carefully twisting a device in his hands, trying to figure out how it works. Damn, he's already here, too. If this thing really can control the storms... You think my husband really created something like that and didn't tell us? All these years... All those people who died in the storms or who went insane, he might have been responsible for all of that? I wouldn't jump to conclusions. We don't actually know what the device can do, and maybe your husband did everything he could. I hope so. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you for telling me this. It would have been terrible if such an object fell into the hands of a stranger. I think we should... break the woman's radio. Crash. Your hit shadows the radio on the pole. The woman runs into a house. Give me that. Can it really control the weather? He asks calmly. Of course not. Then why have you been hunting for it? You found sand for me. Crawled through the sewer. Looks at your clothes. More than once, it looks like. This thing could decide the fate of our town, so I can't give it to you. I'm angry. They stole my friend. I don't care. Nariano takes a step back, grasping the controller tightly to his chest. Looks like he's prepared to fight for it to the very end. He has a familiar object around his neck. Hold on! That's mine! You point at Roderick's cage, which is hanging around Nariano's neck. When the hell did you manage to steal it? You sharply yank the cage off his neck and stuff it into your pocket. Nariano flinches, not expecting you to act so suddenly. We need to run! Now! Huh? Attention all residents, this is Lindef speaking. There's a death storm coming. I repeat, a death storm is approaching. Start evacuating. We have 10 minutes. Did you push something? No, I didn't touch it. We need to stop the storm. Give it to me now. Not a chance. Nariano takes a step forward. Tell me how to work it and I'll stop the storm. I don't actually know, but I can try and figure it out. I'm looking for the instructions. Now what use are you? You're just going to let people's lives depend on your attempt to try and figure it out? Let me at least look at the display. I can see what it means. Death storm. 7 minutes. Hurry. Anyone with an empty train, take on Upper District residents. Train 12 is causing a jam up at the exit. The wheel fell off. Get the train off the tracks. It's blocking the way.
I'm going to see Lindef. He and I will figure this out ourselves. Get out of my way.
I'm gonna hit him. Try to grab him. But out of the corner of your eye, you see an object flying right at you. The steel tip of a cane. Damn it, not again! You fall. Right before you hit the ground, you see Nariano climbing the stairs to the meteorology tower. You open your eyes and get up with some difficulty. Finally! Get up the tower and grab the controller! I don't know anything about a controller. My father didn't tell me anything. Darn, wrong button. I need to check the stormometer. Warning, death storm in 2 minutes. I don't know either. Just push something, Mr. Nariano. Let's go. One final push. This has been such a long day. Nariano is arguing with the young man, the controller in their hands. A wild wind blows through the window. The storm is almost here. We're out of time. Knock Nariano unconscious. Before Nariano can react, you punch him in the jaw. Can't have you interfering. The young man watches in silence, slowly pressing himself against the wall. Take the controller. Take the controller off of Mr. Nariano's unconscious body. You had your chance to stop the storm. Now it's my turn. The young man presses himself against a panel of instruments. Red lights are flashing all over it. 30 seconds, he says, taking a quick glance out the window, then squeezing his eyes shut. Examine the weather controller. Dozens of buttons and switches, and not a single one is labeled. What an egotistic asshole. The look the young man shoots you is filled with 10% understanding and 90% fear of dying in a death storm. There are 3 big switches above the display. Start with those and I'll check the text. There's not much about it here either. Flip the first switch. The switch makes no sound as it moves. It seems to be completely broken. Flip the second switch. 2 lights in the panel blow. Come on. There are 2 buttons next to the red lights. Next to the lights. Just push the first one. Alarm set for 4 a.m. Coming from the device. The young man gives you a gloomy look. His shred of hope that he might be saved seems to have just evaporated. Push the second one. The whole panel goes dark and the device looks like it did when you started now. Third switch. The device starts vibrating. Whatever that means. Flip the first switch. The switch clicks loudly as it moves. Then a multitude of indicators and buttons light up on the display. Let's see! You spin the device around, trying to decide what button to push now. The wind coming in through the window picks up, and a strange metallic taste starts filling your mouth. You smell burnt metal. Okay, here it goes. Scream and push a random button. The storm is still moving! Pray and push a random button. It slowed down, but it's still getting closer. Close your eyes and push a random button. It's moving away! It's moving away! Phew. You put the controller down with your shaking hands and you hear cheers from the people outside getting louder and louder. That was close. Way too much going on for my first day. He holds his head in his hands. Go outside. A large crowd is gathered in front of the tower. The people around you are loudly discussing what just happened.
I saw the storm move away at the last minute. I saw it with my very own eyes.
And it was just about to reach the town, but then it stopped. All right, calm down. The storm is gone. You can go home now.
But what if it comes back?
Well, look at the controller in your hands. We'll just have to hope it doesn't come back. Why did it move away in the last second anyways?
Yeah, and why did it get so close to the town? That's never happened before.
It's a long story. We drove it off, don't worry. We? Who's we? It was the young meteorologist. Put your hand on the young man's shoulder. Lindef, the young meteorologist, did an excellent job proving himself. He managed to neutralize the death storm at the very last second. The crowd starts cheering. Hooray for Lindef! What do you mean neutralize? That's not important. What's important is that you're not in danger right now. Now, time for me to go. You look out at the uncomprehending crowd before you jump. Your eyes slide over the people until they meet Lindef's looking straight at you. Are you that? You gestured at the controller, which you've already tucked under your arm as you prepare to jump out of the book. Listen, kid. This is your moment of truth, Etienne. What? Moment of... You'll do just fine without it. Don't worry. You'll do just fine. I heard these storms almost never hit the town anyway. Just keep on going a little longer, and then the book will end. And then everything will work itself out. Are there storms where you're from, too? Definitely not like these. And maybe you can leave it with us? That device? Since the next time a storm comes, we won't be able to... Sorry. I can't. This device is the only thing that's keeping me from something dear to me. You thump your chest with your fist. Oh. All right. Lindef backs off defeatedly. Think about it. Damn it. You look around at the uncomprehending crowd. The people have gone quiet as they listen to your conversation with Lindef. Think on it some more. Damn you, Roderick. It's not that simple. All you do is sit there in my pocket. It's nothing to you. Whispers start running through the crowd. You hear Snippet's like insane and talking to himself. I can hand in this damn thing and get my shackles off. Do you understand how much that'll change things? Do you understand how valuable it is to me? All the suffering I went through for this? Just look around. Again. You sigh, but decide to look around at the whispering crowd. Are these real people you see in front of you? You examine the people in the crowd. Some are whispering and watching your performance, but it seems as though everyone knows that something important is happening. Even the guards who practically cracked your skull earlier are standing off to the side and excitedly discussing something. Elderly men and women peer out from their windows, trying to see what's happening in the darkness. A mother leads her child home. The child trips over a cable sticking out of the sand, and his mother quickly helps him up. They're people. Fine. Damn you. You shove the controller into Lindef's hands. If another storm comes, flip this switch first and press that button right there. I'm not sure how the rest of it works. Lindef, who seems to have accepted that you're a crazy person, talks to himself, suddenly beams with joy. Gives you a hug with his free arm. You feel the warmth in his touch. Lindef looks out at the people in the crowd. They still don't understand how the Death Storm, this odd device, and the man with the paper face are connected. Thank you, he whispers, looking you in the eyes once more. Leave the book. All right, let's drop the sentiment. You look at the ground. Time for me to pay what's due. Farewell. Hello. Is the order ready? No. And it won't be ready. Are you turning down the job? Yes. I've had enough. I won't put any more innocent people at risk. So it's people. Very well. What do you mean, very well? I mean, I made a decent bit of cash off of you. Besides, walkers like you usually break much sooner. So, you actually did quite well in comparison. You may not have finished your last job, but I think you've earned your freedom just the same. Huh? My shackles expert is on his way to you right now. Thanks, I don't... He'll be there in a few minutes, so... See you soon, Etienne. This is going to go very badly when I open that door, isn't it? Stay down. Where do you think you're going? Where's the rope? Tie him up. Hey! You fall into the cold sand and your pursuers land nearby. So you want to do this the hard way. Damn, it's so cold here. Where's Vince? He's waiting in the car just in case. Wait, Vince was on your side the whole time? That bastard. Deal with him quickly, and I'll get the book ready so we can get to the collector. Can you handle this? Hey, anybody want to help me? You just saved your city a minute ago. Come on. Voice echoes through the empty square. It seems like everybody is in bed asleep already. Fine. Oh, some bad stuff here. Let's do some stunning. Should just break even. Oh, no. How much ink it drains. Oh, that was a lot of ink. I can deal with that. Oh, he's gonna idle. I will take the opportunity to heal then. You okay? Relatively. What book do they want to take you into? 1 second. Pick up the book that one of the thugs dropped and look at the black cover. The name's been erased. They said something about a collector. Is that your boss? My former boss. You open the book and flip through the pages. You want to go there? I have this idea. Well, if you're sure about it. I'm going to be 2 books deep. Personally, I would not do this right here. I would relocate so that they can't find this book wherever I'm jumping into. Oh! What? Why? Everything's blurry. There's no color? We've gone too deep. We're inside a book inside a book. I can barely breathe. Me too. Oh, look, the mask broke. We need to find the collector as soon as we can and then get out of here. What's... your face? Why? What's... You touch your mask. Damn it. We need to hurry. You notice some familiar-looking briefcases. A tag is visible on one of them. Walker, Rich A, Item X, Client HRMN Publishing. What are those? Briefcases for stolen items. I give the collector his orders in briefcases like these. So there are objects from other books inside? Think there's something you could use in there? You open 2 of the briefcases in front of you at random. Examine the first briefcase. An old ragdoll is inside the briefcase along with the set of rusty pins. Is that what I think it is? I don't know. What do you think it is? A voodoo doll? It even has pins. Take the doll. Can't shake the feeling the doll might be useful. You take it out of the briefcase and carefully put the pins in your pocket. Look, there's something else here. Next to the briefcase is a bag stuffed to the brim with a note attached that says, "To be sorted." Inside you find a folded up cloak, an opaque glass capsule, a small wand, and an old broom. Examine the wand. Tagging the wand says polymorph wand. Transforms the target into an Ovis Aries. Ovis Aries sounds ominous. Is that an owl? Just don't point it at yourself. Examine the cloak. Try and unfold the cloak, but as soon as your hand slips inside, the cloak disappears. So does your hand. Ah! Quiet! Carefully pull your hand out, and it's instantly visible again, along with the cloak. Examine the broom. The broom trembles in your hands. You can feel it itching to take off. Looks like it's a flying broom. Examine the capsule. On the capsule, you see a large triangle with a biohazard symbol inside it. Not a great start. There's something written here. Fear toxin. Inhalation causes prolonged panic and hallucinations. Store in a dark location. Ooh, should we take it? Take everything. You hide the capsule and the wand in your pocket, throw the folded up cloak on your shoulder, and grab the broom. You're really kitted out. Hope we can use all this. Let's go find the collector. Wait! 3 walkers are standing around a table in a brightly lit room. They haven't noticed you yet. Damn. So this is where they handle the briefcases for the orders? What's the plan? Let's put on the invisibility cloak. Unfold the invisibility cloak and put it over your clothes. Looks like it's working. What next? Walk into the room. But why? What if there's something useful in there? Tiptoe into the room and start walking around the table. Everybody freeze! The man stopped cold. There's someone here. Something just touched my leg. Find the spy! The walkers spring into action and start searching the room. You fall back onto
You fall on your back in surprise, and the invisibility cloak slides off. Who the hell are you? Hi, guys. I work here. Sound the alarm, quickly! Five damage. Holy crap, that's a ton. Give me a turn. Take a single hit. Down. They're only single hitting, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to heal up completely. That's pretty cool. Might as well keep doing the free one for a bit. Bookwalker briefcases. See if there's anything interesting in here. Should we start with some kind of weapon? Let's examine the briefcase on the left. Massive futuristic blaster is lying in the briefcase. Wow, that looks dangerous. Don't you think it's a little too much? Looks like it's for shooting tanks, not walkers. At least it's reliable. There's a faceted bottle wrapped in packing film inside the briefcase. Liquid inside is transparent, but a faint rainbow shimmers across the surface. What's this? Note is lying next to the bottle. You unfold it and read. I found the water of life like you asked, but I'm never going into a fairy tale again. Not for all the money in the world. What in the world was going on in those writers' heads? I'll be expecting my usual payment. K. Water of life? I believe it can heal any wound. I'll swap out the voodoo doll. Let's try the blaster. It's heavy. Not a weapon for being quick on your feet. At least it's reliable. See two walkers standing in the passageway. seem to be guarding another set of boxes. They're discussing something quietly, completely unaware of your presence. What's your plan? Put on the cloak. I don't think you can squeeze past them. You should take off the cloak. It's only going to get in your way. Take off the cloak and throw it over your shoulders. The walker haven't noticed you yet. What's the plan? I can take these two. One of them notices you and blocks your path. Who the hell are you? Pretend to be a new hire. I'm new here. They hired me to help with the heavy lifting. What? Use the wand. Take the wand out of your pocket and point it at the closest walker. Office Ares. A beam of blue energy bursts out of the wand and hits the walker in the chest. The next instant, a sheep is standing where he just was. Oh, that's right. Office Ares is the scientific name for domestic sheep. I thought it was a spell. The second walker has already dropped into a fighting stance, ready to attack. Office Ares. Point the wand at him, but nothing happens. A large crack is now running through the crystal at the end of the wand. Ah, useless piece of... Well, I took out one of them. That's pretty good. Ooh, that's expensive, but cool. Well, I got full. Let's do it. I'm not really worried about this guy. I'm gonna fight him the slow way, just so I can keep my my ink full and my health full. Won't be as slow as I thought it would be. See if there's anything interesting in here. Should we start with some kind of weapon? Lying on black fabric inside the briefcase is a honed, sharp scythe that radiates coldness. So death is out there in some book without a scythe? I bet. A small box inside the briefcase surrounded by a flickering blue aura. What's this? You poke the box uncertainly with one finger. The blue field instantly surrounds your hand, making it tingle. Some kind of energy shield? That might help in a fight. Let's try the scythe. You put your previous artifact aside and take the scythe out of the briefcase. Even through your gloves, the icy metal makes your hands sting. Ready to keep going? Stack of books, including the ones I've been in. The librarian is busy arranging books and probably wouldn't even notice an atomic bomb. The guards notice you from far away and block your path. What's that noise over there? Is there a problem? 4 of them. I'm going to go ahead and use a toxin capsule. You wind up and throw the capsule of fear toxin at your enemies. It falls right between the 2 closest walkers and shatters. The other men turn away and cover their faces. Hey, stop! You see both men's eyes widen in horror. You're a monster! Help! Both walkers flee past in terror, keeping their distance from you, then disappearing into the darkness behind. Not bad. And time to relax. The fight's not over yet. The other walkers simultaneously drop into fighting stances. That took out 2 of them. That's pretty good. Oh, come on. Okay, what does a scythe do? Instant kill, 60 ink. Absolutely worth it. Now I'm gonna slow play him again. I don't need to slow play him that much. I've become very good at what I do. I don't know if... I was looking to see if there's anything else I could get. I don't think there's going to be anything better than the insta-kill scythe. Boss's hideout. Alright, I give up. Just don't hit me, he smirks. Take off the damn shackles! You grab him by the throat. There's a slight problem with that. My shackles expert took the day off today. His daughter's sick. He's lying. I know. How about I call you when he's available, okay? It'll only be a few days. Do you think I'm an idiot? Well, if you really want to know, you promised me you'd take them off, so hold up your end of the deal! But you didn't hold up your end. I'll hold it up right now. You squeeze his throat harder. Calm down, you idiot. No one except the writer's police can take them off. Do you really think my own men would be walking around in shackles if I could take them off? I would build a literal empire stealing objects if I could do that. Not this stinking warehouse. Wait, I thought you had proof that he could do it? A friend told me about him. Wait, Vince told me about you. And I found out he was one of your thugs. Was that all part of your plan? Well, this thing that's happening now wasn't. He rubs his throat. You're going to take off my shackles. I don't know how, but that's your problem now. Or what? Hmm? You gonna kill me? A character? He winks a horrible wink. But you've turned into such a nice guy now, haven't you? You squeeze his throat with all your strength and look him in the eye. Let's find out right now just how much of a nice guy I am. That doesn't quite inspire fear, to be honest. Let's finish this up quickly. I have things to do. Some important people will be here soon, and I'll be offloading a huge lot today. Turn around and see a stack of containers through the open door. Yes, that's right. You think I was just sitting here twiddling my thumbs? I'm about to close the deal of the century. Are those containers full of stolen items? Fit to burst. You can only imagine what will happen when all that floods the market. He glances briefly at a monitor where you can see henchmen running in your direction. You're right. It certainly is time for us to finish up here. Grab him by the essence. You push your hand deeper in, try to touch not the collector's neck, but the very essence inside him. You feel a scrap of old paper. Your fingers run across a text written there in old ink. Many, many years ago. Wait! What? I can call the shackles expert, let's say tomorrow, okay? That's the only time frame I can give you. We'll get your shackles off and you'll be set. You can write as much as you want. His henchmen are almost here. Sorry. I'm not letting that happen to me again. You grab his paper with both hands and start pulling it towards you. What are you thinking? Etienne? Don't worry. I've done this before. Oh no. You see the client slowly separating from the book's environment, becoming something foreign. Damn! Aren't his henchmen gonna come for us? They don't have a direct route to that book. Besides, they won't like what's waiting for them there. Keep pulling the paper. It gets more and more difficult to pull. What's going on? Now is not the time to give up. No, I'm not giving up. This is as hard as I can pull. What now? They're right outside already. Now, you add another force. You bend your knees, ready to jump upwards. You push off the ground. You hear an unbelievably loud crunching sound, so loud that it feels like the whole world must be able to hear it. With a ringing sound, the paper in your hand separates itself from the book and flies upwards with you. Damn it. I think I twisted my knee again. What on earth was that? Where the hell am I? What have you done? He looks around. He'll find out soon enough. The collector suddenly jumps up and aims a gun at you. It's an antique, decorated with a swirling pattern. Take me back. Hey, calm down. Just calm down. Etienne! Hand over the book. Now! Where's my book? I'm afraid nothing would come of it. Hey, don't joke around with him! That thing I just did? They'll hear it. Writers police! Nobody move! Hey, you! Drop the gun! Not another step or I shoot him! Boss, that's Leroy Roshan. The collector? What the hell is going on here? Etienne? How are you mixed up in all this? Oh, hello, officer. Hold on, how did you recognize me? You came in for questioning in that same coat. Damn, this guy's my face, but I forgot to put on a different coat. I'm warning you, I won't surrender alive. He aims the gun at the police officers and back at you. And hold you back, you little pet writer there. I see him. He puts his hands up and looks at the officer, waiting for his signal. Well, now we'll come to an agreement, and everything will be just fine. Where's my book? I don't think we'll be coming to an agreement with you, thief. Quiet. No, we're going to make a deal, and I'm going to walk away. You're accused of stealing thousands of objects, and now that you're in our hands, you're not going anywhere. That's enough! Suddenly turning to you. This is all because of you, you bastard! The sound of a shot rings out. Etienne! You close your eyes. Damn it! You open your eyes and look down. The metal of Roderick's cage protected you from the bullet, but there's not much left of it now. You see a small, ragged scrap of paper inside. Derek, you moron! I told you to stop talking! Sorry, boss. You alright, Walker? Now it's your turn. Hands up. Look at the remains of the paper in your hand. Don't make us use force. Cool it. He's just in shock. Etienne, it's best if you come with us now. We'll talk about all this at the station, okay? Hold on. What's that in his hand? It's a character, and not one from this book. Etienne, are you out of your mind? You're carrying around a stolen character even in your current situation? Derek! I can't take an isolated character. Call for backup. You shove the officer. His head slams into Derek, who staggers backwards, eyes shut. Damn it! Jump out of the book. Holy crap, this has gotten nuts. Leroy Roshan, also known as the Collector, was detained by the Writers Police. He was later sentenced to execution by erasure. The entire network of writers who used his services to buy stolen items from books, plagiarism, were also detained. These criminals received sentences of 5 to 15 years. Etienne Quist was detained 5 minutes after his escape. The unknown stolen character was not found on him. "28 years later. This is his house. You run a hand over your face. All right, now I'm ready. I'll get that one picture. No. Sir? How can I help you? My name is Etienne. You probably don't remember me. We worked together a long time ago. I can't seem to recall that. Are you sure you're in the right place? I'm sure. I'd even say we were partners. I just wanted to see how you're feeling. Looking around questioningly. I do believe I'm quite alright. Should I be worried about something? Do you remember your name? Of course. And where you live? Baker Street. That's good then. I had to make a few changes because of your injuries. Injuries, sir? Yes, although it seems everything worked out. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm back. Watson! He nods to the man by the window. Holmes! He nods back. And you, sir? He looks questioningly at you. I'm on my way out. Somebody know, Watson? I'm not sure. Are you quite certain you're all right, sir? Yes. My apologies again for disturbing you. Well, time to head back. I'm glad you're doing well, friend. I think it worked. Well, Roderick, time for me to figure my own stuff out. I had to revisit so many books before I found the right one. I just have to say, I called it. Which, I gotta say, all the possible books it could have been, they did a great job dropping those clues. Etienne Quist, congratulations on your return to the ranks of the writing profession. Morrock Publishing Agency has confirmed that your 28-year sentence has been fully served. You may visit the Central Writers Police Department to have your shackles removed. Please find a sheet attached with a detailed information on how sentence time served was calculated. Final calculations of time served are below. Initial sentence, extraction of the character Amanda Mitchell, 30 years. Assistance in capturing a particularly dangerous criminal, -3 years. Fleeing from police officers, +2 years. Willfully turning self into police, 1 year. Total time to be served, 28 years. I must have come in through the window. Fan letters. That was beautiful. I can't believe I guessed correctly about Watson. Holy crap, that is wild. But man, I thoroughly loved this game. It was so good. It's a little bit mind-blowing because I mentioned this at the beginning. I played this game. This game first came to my radar because they had this really, really cool trailer. And as soon as I started looking stuff up about the game, I realized the game doesn't actually look anything like what's in the trailer. The trailer is extremely deceptive, and I saw a lot of bad reviews for it because a lot of people weren't happy about that. But getting into it, holy crap, this was actually great. I think the writing is phenomenal. Each of the worlds I went into felt like a book I'd want to read. The mythology they built for it. I kind of wish I had delved more into some of it. Like, I want to understand how the world got to where it is now. Like, how books became this thing. How the old ways of writing have apparently disappeared and now everyone has to be jumping into books. But, oh man. I also wonder, depending on choices, if there are multiple endings. That would be really cool. I am, utterly mind blown in a lot of this. But yeah, this had vibes of old school games in a lot of ways. Like, there are the 3D sections, which I'm not entirely sure why we needed, but hey, they were there. But being in that top-down view really reminded me of the games of my childhood. A lot of PC adventure games, a lot of that kind of stuff. Uh-oh. We done? That looks like it's it. Yeah, this game, highly recommended, and there were different choices I could have made throughout that. I wouldn't be surprised if there are multiple endings. I wouldn't be surprised if there are multiple things that could be done. But as always, I'm not going to stream every single possible outcome and ending, because I want people to use the stream as an excuse to play the game. It is currently available on Game Pass, so if you have that, it is available to you for free. You have no excuse not to give this game a try. Highly recommend checking it out. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to see more stuff from this developer. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and wrap things there. Thank you very much for joining me. Next Tuesday at 8 p.m., we will be doing another game. Changing it up. Don't know what it's going to be yet. We'll figure that out in the next week. But yeah, if you want to find my work, you can go to BWHComics.com. You can also find me at BWHComics on Patreon, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find my webcomic Cospain over at cospaincomic.com. And yeah, don't get yourself too lost in book worlds. I have no idea how to sign this off. I'm just going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, rock on, guys, and never stop drawing.